Welcome back to PC On Air. I'm Braden Fetcher, joined by
Raven Schatz,
Kylie Kinman,
and Ellen McGuire.
And today we've got a few good subjects to go over. There's the festival, the Fall Festival in Evansville that we're going over. There's the Light Up Charity House there also. And we're also going to do some movie review. And at the end, we're going to do Ask a Senior, where freshmen send in some questions, and we're going to answer a few of them for you and talk about them. So make sure you stick around for that.
So coming up this weekend is the Fall Festival. It actually started Monday, but I believe most of the events are happening this weekend. So the half pot this year, I checked it yesterday and it was around $4,000, and I'm looking today and it is at $134,365. So if you're interested, I would definitely buy some tickets for that. The number just keeps going up. So that's really cool. Also, a fun thing I learned about the Fall Festival is they have a Find a Parent program, which is basically kids, when they enter the area that the festival's happening, they get a wristband that has their parents' phone number, and they're told that they can, if they get lost, they can contact a policeman or a nut club member that they see around, which I thought was really interesting and very assuring for parents. But there are tons of events going on, such as Amateur Hour, which is basically a talent show for kids in the tri-state area, Special Kids Day, which is when students at the EVSC schools with special needs get to enjoy the festival all by themselves for a day. They have a King and Queen contest in which they crown winners of the Fall Festival. There's a big tradition of a giant game of tug of war. Sounds super fun. Of course, the main parade, which is what everybody comes to see. And there's also the Lighthouse Parade, a family day, and tons of fun rides. I've heard the food is really good too. There is just food trucks lining the streets. It looks amazing. If you're curious, or if you want to see what's hopping down there right now, they have live cams on the website, and you see what's going on different street corners.
Something interesting that I heard that's going on in the parade is the Posey County sheriff deputy who was shot, I believe it was last year or the year before last year, and was seriously injured. He has been asked to come and be lead the parade.
That's awesome.
As many of you know, it's October, spooky season. With that means there's many different events coming. It's like the haunted catacombs and many other haunted houses, but one really unique event that's happening this month is called Lights on Pomona, and it is a house that has a show of lights that react to music. And if you've never seen one of those, it's really, really cool. And whenever you see it, you gotta think that takes a lot of brains to know how to program all of that. But it's normally a 3 to 4 song per show, with it being a mix of songs every day. Make sure to check out their Facebook page, Lights on Pomona, for a list of songs as well as the times when the shows start, because they do only start at certain times and run for only a certain amount of time. I actually went to their Christmas show last year. They have a Halloween and Christmas show, and I have to say it's probably one of the coolest Christmas light shows that I'd seen out of everything that I'd gone to see. I'd gone to see the lights in the park in Evansville and the lights at Santa Claus, Indiana. I gotta say that the lights on Pomona were definitely a lot better than most of the things that I've seen. They have what I think is like 30,000 lights.
Wow.
They've got lots of lights. They've got a massive tree that's covered in lights. They've got this massive circle, flower looking one. They also have what looks like a projector that projects animals moving across the house with certain songs, and screens up in the garage doors that play video of the song that's playing. Whenever they had The Greatest Showman, they had an animated version of the main character from The Greatest Showman singing along with the song. They also have a mailbox where children can put a letter to Santa, which is a part of the UPS Operation Santa, where children send in letters, and then UPS sends the letters to their office at the North Pole, where the elves, Santa's elves, pick them up and take them to Santa. Also, every year they take donations for some kind of local organization, however, it is mostly the organization Autism Evansville that they take donations for. Normally they have a QR code where you can scan that sends you to the donation site, the PayPal, or just the site itself where you can donate. They also have a mailbox, which is also the same mailbox where you put the letters, where you can put checks or actual bills if you would rather do it that way for donations. If you're looking to go to visit the show, it does take place on 3118 Pomona Drive in Evansville. Make sure to tune your radio into 90.1 to hear the music that the lights react to. They do ask that you do not block the neighbors' driveways and to move if neighbors are trying to come in or leave. Now, some history on what started the donations is that people started leaving money in their mailboxes, and they were leaving letters being like, hey, we love this show, we want to give you money for more lights. But to these people, it wasn't really, they weren't trying to do it for the money. They were trying to do it to give people something cool to see, to come and see that's free and that they don't have to pay for. And so they decided, why not send it to a local nonprofit organization? So that's kind of how they decided to start sending money to organizations.
So, it's Halloween time, which means cozying up with your comfy blanket, those one Pillsbury cookies, and your favorite spooky movie. So, I didn't watch Hocus Pocus until recently because people were making fun of me for it, which is kind of sad for me because it is a really good Halloween movie. It's great for just anyone to gather around and watch, really funny, goofy, and silly. So the original Hocus Pocus is a must-watch, Halloween season or not. So it sets a very high standard for Hocus Pocus 2. So here's an overview of Hocus Pocus for those that haven't watched. 3 witches were hung during the Salem witch trials after taking a girl's life essence, which makes the witches look younger. The sisters turned her brother into an immortal cat who's doomed to guard the witch's house. Flash forward to the 90s, a teenage boy, his little sister, and his crush visit the witch's house, where he unexpectedly lights the black candle as a prank. Upon a virgin lighting the black candle, the 3 witches are released, insistent upon luring children to capture their essence in order to remain youthful and stay alive, or else they die when the sun rises. So, here are my thoughts on Hocus Pocus 2. Overall, it's pretty exciting and fun and enjoyable to watch. Although it doesn't hold a candle to the original, the nostalgic element makes up for it. The Sanderson sisters are not lacking in this movie, and they came back just as though they had never left. The humor is somewhat lacking. Disney these days is clearly much cheesier and juvenile. And connecting with the teenage protagonist is much harder. The kids seem disposable and their conflict is somewhat uninteresting. The plot is also almost non-existent, with the witches flying around Salem for no apparent reason. However, watching the Sanderson sisters goof around as they try to adapt to the modern world proves entertaining. This lady ate a sheep mask. That's a spoiler, I'm sorry, but you had to know that they're cray-cray, and that's just to give you a little taste of the movie. Overall, I recommend Hocus Pocus 2 to those that know and love the original. It's a great reprise that remains faithful to the original while providing a new and entertaining spin.
Well, I've never watched Hocus Pocus, and I don't plan to, purely because everybody I know has watched it, and I want to remain unknowing of it.
That makes you so interesting and cool. You're
yeah,
so
I know.
different.
So mystical, so mysterious.
So not only is Hocus Pocus a good Halloween movie, but I also think, there's a big debate about it, but I also think The Nightmare Before Christmas
Oh, that's
It's also
Is a
really good.
one.
Yeah.
Is it a Christmas movie though?
I
Is it-
think you can watch it from September to December. Like
Yeah.
it's just an.
You can watch it whenever, really.
That's true, but like if you're being in season, like seasonal
Yeah.
about it.
I do believe that the director of that's actually working with somebody to make another movie, so that'll be cool because I don't think he's released a movie.
Tim Burton.
Yeah, Tim Burton. I know The Corpse Bride, which is also really
That's really
Oh
good.
my god, that's a beautiful movie. Edward Scissorhands. Oh my god, Beetlejuice. That is such a good one.
Beetlejuice
All-time
is
favorite.
amazing.
I don't even think of that as a Halloween movie. I just forget.
That's true.
It's just a good one.
Yeah.
It's just a good one.
Like I used to have like the say my name 3 times thing like memorized, like an exact impression of it.
If you're more into spooky movies, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children is a more recent movie that Tim Burton put out.
I like Casper.
Oh my gosh, I know what it is.
Like the original Casper, like that.
Yeah, I know what
I
you're
haven't seen
talking
it in
about.
so long.
Unpopular opinion, I hate every single Casper movie.
That movie gives like VHS vibes to
It
me.
does.
And it's really good. It's like very nostalgic.
My favorite Halloween movie is the Winnie the Pooh, the Heffalump movie. You know that one?
That's pretty scary.
Have you ever seen Frankenweenie?
Oh my god,
No,
I love
I've heard of it.
Frankenweenie.
It is such a funny but cute.
And what's that
movie.
other one where the dog comes? No, wait, that is the one where the
Yeah,
dog
that's the
comes
one.
to mind.
And you know what's a good movie that I'm going to recommend is Halloween Town
True.
and the Halloween Town series. If you're not into something that's too spooky, but you still want to watch something that's kind of Halloween-ish, Halloween Town is really, really good.
Or if you want to watch something that's like super scary and good but it's like Christmas themed almost. A good thing to watch in November, I would say, is the Krampus movie. It's terrifying.
Ew, don't.
It's so good, and like the little
Don't.
fat kid gets like
That's disgusting.
yanked up by the chains, and it's just so funny.
My
That is
favorite
terrible.
Scary movie / Halloween movie is actually Coraline.
Oh, see,
I
I just
forgot.
forget like
Fever
those
Dream.
movies. 'cause
That's
they're-
what that
I don't
is.
think of them as Halloween movies, but they give like the spooky vibe. But I just don't think, oh, Halloween movies. Like it just doesn't come to my mind.
That's true. I don't know. I don't.
But I was genuinely scared of that as a kid, so I actually like it really brings something up in me.
It shook
Like
something
it
in my
scares
soul.
me.
So the last segment of today's podcast is going to be Ask a Senior, and we had some freshmen send in some pretty interesting questions, and we're going to talk about some of them. So here's the first one. Do you like high school better than middle school?
Absolutely. Middle school is horrible.
What made it better than middle school?
Well, I feel like I just got more confident with myself in high school, and there's just more people that you can surround yourself with other than just the peers in your grade. So you'll have a lot more friends from other grades too. And I mean, if they're older, they can help you throughout high school and they can give you more advice.
Yeah, I think that's the case for a lot of high schools.
Yeah.
Because I know I was an introverted little crap in like sophomore year.
Yeah.
So I think that was a really interesting question. I definitely know I liked high school a lot more than middle school. What are you guys' takes on that?
Yeah, me too. I kind of like the way our classes now have different ages of people, and I think that's fun to like meet kids that are younger than you and kids that are older than you. But also, you get more like specific. You get to pick your classes, and I think
Right.
that's so nice. I'm really grateful for that, especially senior year, because I'm taking mostly classes that I enjoy and that I chose.
Okay, and the second question is also answered by the same person, actually. Alright, so what's your name?
Madeline Fiscus.
Nice. So, one freshman asks, how did you survive high school?
Through, surrounding myself around good people. They help me out and everything, and just pretty much doing my best that I can. So,
That's good, that's good. How did you survive high school is an interesting question also. And I survived it by not being here for a year, and also by just being a decent person, to people, I guess.
I think Quizlet has definitely helped me survive, especially senior year.
Yeah, I would agree, except for making Quizlet Plus.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
why?
really stupid.
Such a money
I
grab
do
for what?
pay for it.
Gotta
but,
hate capitalism.
Yeah, for real. The consequences of capitalism.
How else did I survive high school?
Google was also
honestly,
helpful.
Shout out to those people that just really carried the whole year, though, and made those Quizlet sets.
Yeah.
Because that's the only
true.
reason why I'm passing.
That's
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
And class group chats, those were always fun.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of PC on Air. I hope you have a great weekend and have a fun time at the Fall Fest in Evansville.
Yep, definitely plan to go, and I hope you all go and check out Lights on Pomona and go and donate to a very good cause.
And maybe if you have some free time, watch Hocus Pocus 2.
Or don't. And if you're a freshman, send in some more questions and we can have some more on next time.
This has been Raven Shots.
Ella McGuire,
Kylie Kinman.
And Braden Fetcher.
thanks for listening.
Special thanks to the electronic music class for providing the music for this podcast. Shout out to Kendrick Syracuse for making the intro and outro music.